New morning report. All right, in the news, Syria and Russia. The Syrian airstrikes are still being discussed, and President Trump is getting plenty of support from his side of the aisle, as well as he's getting some other support from Democrats and from those in the press for his decisive action against Syria last week. There are lots of others who are grumbling, talking about it being unconstitutional and whatnot. But the fact is that there are a lot of people who are been waiting for something to happen and have been waiting 8 years really for during the Obama administration, where the president was talking about the red line being drawn in the sand, and in reality, nothing had occurred, just a lot of veiled threats. And Trump finally just said, "Forget it. You gassed your own people. We're going to take out your airfield here, and just as a warning that we're not messing around. You keep terrorizing your own people, then you will pay the price for this, and that's not going to stand for Assad's brutality." Russia and President Vladimir Putin not very happy with this. They've been very allied with Syria. President Trump has told them to kind of get in line on this, stop their support of Syria. Russia and Iran is fighting back, saying that if the U.S. continues to do these types of things, that they'll be threatening to take action. To which Lindsey Graham, no favorite of most conservatives that I know, said, "F you." And so Lindsey may win a few fans for being so blunt about the situation and saying that, Republicans are known for being hawkish in general, and it's good to see some action being taken. We realize that for every action, there will be another reaction to it. But the might strength of the U.S. Military forces will probably win out in the end, and remind people that you probably don't want to go up against the U.S. We're ready if we need to be, and we mean business, particularly under President Trump. Related to all those things too is that KT McFarland, who's been on the National Security Council roles with Mike Flynn, who's gone. She also apparently will be gone or is gone. And with H.R. McMaster taking over, and he's cleaning house, putting in his own people. But don't weep for McFarland, even though I'm sure she was loving her role and her opportunity to get into these issues. She'll be given purportedly a position as the Singaporean ambassador, and I think that's a pretty cool patronage job, a plum assignment. And I wish I knew how to get on the short list for those kinds of things. But anyway, that's a cool thing to do. I think it's great, and I don't know if there are any more ambassadorships out there, but there are probably some more positions that Trump could offer people should he need to shuffle the deck a little bit more. And there'll be more shuffling of the deck, to come. There's no doubt that those kinds of things are out there and happen. And then also we have Ann Coulter speaking at Berkeley, sponsored by Young America's Foundation. We'll see how that goes. This is a follow-up to when the College Republicans sponsored Milo Yiannopoulos, and police allowed everything to go into sheer anarchy, the campus, people setting fire to things, and it was just a complete mess, showing that Berkeley's free speech movement type of things, their history has not been lost, and that they were harping back to the 1960s. Allow the leftists to, the inmates to run the asylum, while the police stand idly by. They'll be prepared for probably any anti-Coulter demonstrations, but it probably will not be to the degree that they were for Milo. And so she should be able to have a chance to speak. Ann is not as big on campus and as big a name, as she used to be, so that may tamp down some of the demonstrations and some of the opposition to that. But once again, free speech for the left, not free speech for the right. Finally, congratulations to Sergio Garcia, who, after 19 years on the PGA Tour, won the coveted Masters in the green jacket yesterday. Thrilling last 5 holes, real battle between him and Justin Rose, and Sergio came out on top in the playoff. Hit some pretty incredible shots, including one that basically where he hit the pin, where the ball hit the pin and bounced off. If that hadn't happened, that was a hole-in-one, and that would have really sealed the deal for him on that particular hole. But nevertheless, third Spaniard to ever win the Masters. Pretty difficult to repeat as Masters champ, so I expect that next year we'll be talking about someone else. But hats off to Sergio for persevering through and winning the Masters. That's a marvelous feat. One of my favorite golf matches to watch. Competition is usually some of the best in golf, and I'm not a huge golfing guy, but I love this match. So anyway, that's it. We'll be talking about these subjects and more on Wednesday on the podcast. We don't have this set up yet for YouTube Live, but you can watch the full version. You can watch us live on Facebook and on Twitter Periscope. And also never forget to listen to us on iTunes. And then the fully edited version will be available on YouTube after the fact. So anyway, have a great day. Enjoy it where you can. Stay safe.